Hi there, Cricut Crafty friends. It's Chris from Daily Dose of DIY, and today I am going to give you another free tip for your Friday. We're talking about weeding small letters today. I know a couple weeks ago I showed you my method for cutting small letters perfectly every time with your Cricut, and I had several questions about how do you weed them, right? Because when you weed small letters, they tend to disappear on us and show up random places like the dog or the baby or your hair. I don't know how they end up there, but they do. So I'm going to give you a method, and this is called reverse weeding, that we're going to use to weed small letters and not lose a single one every time. So there is my cutout with my smaller letters. We're going to go ahead and apply our transfer tape to the whole thing. I am using Oracle brand vinyl, and I use Duck brand clear shelf liner for my transfer tape. Now the Cricut vinyl, I have done this successfully with Cricut vinyl before, but it is a little bit more difficult. I don't know what it is about Cricut vinyl. It's just not quite as sticky as Oracle. So this method will work better with Oracle vinyl. You want to burnish very well, very hard rubbing with your scraper tool. That's what burnishing is, on both the front and the back. And after I get the back all the way done very well, I tend to flip it over and do the front again, because we want to make sure the whole thing sticks to that transfer tape and not to the backing. So once you have scraped the whole thing very, very hard, front and back and front again, we can go ahead and take that backing off, and you're going to see everything is now stuck to the transfer tape. Now, of course, the back of that vinyl is sticky too, right? So it is easy to end up in a sticky mess. I would not recommend doing this with large projects or those bigger mandalas. Smaller ones would probably be okay, but the bigger the project, the harder it's going to be. You may need, as you see, I'm using your weeding tool to get a corner started and peeled up. You're going to see why it's a little bit harder for bigger projects here in a second. This is kind of like the excess at the end of my vinyl, and I start pulling it up, and you can see there it folded over. So now if that would have folded over and stuck to a part that I had already cut, right there, it's ruined. But I got lucky, I didn't have it cut, so I could keep going. You want to make sure you have a hold of all that vinyl you're pulling up, and it does not fold over like that. So that's going to be more difficult the bigger project you have. So we're just going to keep pulling and keep working that vinyl off the transfer tape. Oh, this is a slightly harder method too. I don't want you to think it's easy peasy going to fix all of your problems. It will keep all of your letters together, but it is a slightly more difficult technique than regular weeding. So once I get the main piece off, you're going to see the video speed up here a little bit while I get all the little bits off too. And I want to give you another disadvantage to this is it does take a little longer. Of course, the trade-off being if you lost a letter and you have to recut your project, right? I mean, I guess it's in the long run, it might equal out, save you on materials to do it this way. But the reverse weeding takes longer than regular weeding. Sometimes you might need to pick it up and bend it back to get some of those insides of the letters off. But if you just take your time and work your way through it, they will all come off. I think that whole thing took me maybe about 20 minutes. So you want to take your backing once you're finished, put it back on, and then take your scraper tool and scrape it down so it sticks. And now we are ready to transfer it to our project. You can see we kept all of our letters. They're all in place. We didn't lose a one, and that's the biggest advantage to reverse weeding your vinyl. So I hope that tip helps you and this saves you from searching forever for those lost letters. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.